Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Panel Guy. This week we're going to be talking about Kingspan. As you may remember from last week's stream, we organised a meeting which was organised by Phil Smith, the managing director, and we organised with Martin Robinson, who's the UK sales director. And we sat down with James Patrick and Lucy Holland, who are in the technical and marketing department. So again, thanks very much for your time. I really appreciate what you've done, and obviously being so open and receptive to the Panel Guy and what we're trying to do. So yeah, this week we're going to be talking about them, and as you can see, I was well furnished with samples and literature and all the things which make Kingspan what they are, the market leader. So what we're going to talk about first is something which has been obviously one of the passions of mine. Obviously working in panels for so long has been colours. We did a talk about colours and coatings and things over the last couple of weeks. Kingspan themselves have obviously been right at the forefront of colour ranges. Obviously the colour charts have been extensive. It used to make me laugh of how many colours they used to have. And probably 10-15% of them were only ever used really with other popular colours, unless it was for a specific corporate colour. But yeah, what they're doing, fantastic. And as I've been pushing and all, the things I've been talking about for many years, they're doing the same thing. It's a great thing in the special types of coatings. They're making alternative coatings to replicate things like what you'd get with like Core 10 and those kind of things. But as you can see here, this is the new color chart. There's an extensive range of finishes there, all the different types of from the XL40 to the Spectrum to the Alterius and also the obviously the lights, the daylight, which is the polycab wall lights system, which they do. But yeah, they gave me lots of the different types of samples, so they can replicate in things like aged copper, all the different types of phases of that stage, going into sand coatings and limestone and granite and all those kind of special fantastic finishes. But it's not about it's not just about guarantees anymore. It's about making your building look amazing. And that's one thing which I've always pushed for. I always want us to do better as manufacturers. Not just about doing the silver and grey boxes, which have been around for 30, 40, 50 years. We want to be seeing these things, up and down the motorways and the highways and all over Europe. They're stunning, and to choose them on your building, it's really important. And I think it just makes it makes it more. It stands out more. It's not just about the guarantees and the products which you use; it's also how they look. And that's something which I'm very positive of. And what Kingspan are doing is, I tip the hats off to them. They are amazing in what they do. That's why they're the market leader. So they've developed all kinds of new products. They've developed a new roof light, which you see here. Now this is unique because obviously this has been all tested to their new standards of what they're doing. They've got the new fixing plates there, which you can just about see there, just about. But this is this is available in I think it's 2 colors, which they now have. But again, the overlays and everything else, the overhang, obviously going into the RW panel, they're pushing boundaries. They're pushing to the extent of maximizing performance of what they do. Obviously, that's with the range of like quad core. That's constantly changing, constantly getting better. So the thermal performance of those, is stunning. Then we went into the new gutters, which they've got now. So obviously this is the PIR gutter, but they also now make a Rockwool mineral wool core gutter. Again, insulated with membrane. Stunning. But again, because Kingspan now are selling Rockwool panels, with the again the same benefits, same options as the quad core panels. They've now obviously gone into that side of it as well, and they also the future, as we all know, and as we all are developing. Well, currently as it stands, everybody wants non-combustible buildings. And that's where obviously Kingspan are evolving their business. So, like I say, they're the market leader in foam panels globally. and obviously they're now, they're even getting into the manufacturing of the rock wool and mineral wool, insulation. So yeah. So here we have the RW panel, which is the roof panel, which is also used on the walls with the quad core, which you can just about see. You can see the difference there in the colours. This has got like a tinge of grey to it. If you've not seen it yourself, it's slightly different because obviously there is a bit more. It's a bit more spongy in terms of the insulation, but the thermal performance of this obviously is much greater than the BIR. And like I say, Kingspan are pushing on the sustainability and the LEC data for this, and they are updating all their EPDs, and those are all being updated consistently and constantly. So yeah, I'll go into all of that later on in terms of EPDs, but yeah, this is the this is the new RW panel, and it looks amazing. Next, we've got the, as I said, the K Rock panel, which is the Kingspan rock wool mineral wool panel. As you see here, these are produced with lamellas. Lamellas are, there's two ways of producing a rock wool panel, which is, as I've said before, or mineral wool panel. You have a slab and you have lamella. Now, slab is basically 2 meters of blocks of insulation, which are then put end to end on a continuous line or a press line. This is, as you see there, this is actually cut into strips, which is then staggered, so it gives you like a brick slip effect, and that puts your structural strength into your wall panel or your roof panel, whichever you're using. But yeah, that's what this is done. It comes in different densities. This is, I think, this is about say about 100 kilo density, maybe 110, 120. But yeah, that's that's that. Kingspan and their business are evolving. So if you're looking for Kingspan panels with a mineral wool core, they're called K Rock. So please make sure you have a look on their website and go through those with them. The next panels we want to talk about is AWP, which is what probably we all know Kingspan for. This is the architectural wall panel, which is the terminology for AWP. This is one of the stunning coatings, as I said before. This is the Evolution Axis, or like it's the new name for like Optimo. I think that was the old money name as when I used to work there. But yeah, so this is a secret fix panel. Your fixings would go along this joint, and then your panels sit on top of each other, and then you start again and keep working your way up, whether it's horizontally or vertically. But again, quad core insulation. Yeah, this is actually with the color is called Elementa Oxidized 002, which is powder coated. So yeah, so if you want to learn some more about the coatings, please have a look on the links when I post them later. They'll be at the bottom of the stream. The next panel, which is something which they were very excited about, and obviously I'm keen to learn more about it and to see how it develops as it goes forward. This is the AWPS, or the Superior. Now the difference of this panel over the standard AWP is externally it's the same profile in the joints. Internally, this is the cold store panel, and what they've done is this is to give better thermal performance. So on your buildings, when they do meet together, this is maximizing everything. As you can see in the joints here, this has got the intumescent strip, which is a requirement for the fire ratings, to achieve the fire ratings, which it does. Again, I'll put the fire matrix links and the fire test certificates and all that kind of thing, which I'll come into later. But yeah, as you can see, nice tight joint, and again, available in all different colors and coatings. So yeah, please make sure you have a look at those later on. Obviously, Kingspan have been pushing boundaries in terms of the options of what they have with the facades and all the additional fixings, which are all required as part of that, whether it's a helping hands, a brackets, or whether it's a hook-on system which goes directly straight onto the panel face. So they gave me a couple of different types of samples. This is a hook-on facade, which you see here with the angles. So you have a frame which is fixed to the panel, and then this sits onto that, and that's how you would have your facade. So again, as you just about see, that it's like a chameleon type finish, so like a four-way color change in all the different directions, all of that. So that on a building would look stunning. But again, pressed metal and then folded into shape, and then powder coated, obviously in the colours which you see here. Then we have, put this down. Then we have here shingles. Shingles are, again, fixed directly straight onto the panel, and then because of the design of them, they interlock together, as you see with all of these. So the next one will then hook in here, hook on there, and then it will just keep evolving as it goes along. But each fixing, each profile shingle is fixed directly to the facade of the panel, the external face of the panel. Then again, another type of panel. This is more of a like plank profile with open ends, but again, this is designed to be through fixed directly straight into the panel. So there's no helping hands for this. There's no brackets. I mean, you can have that, of course, you know, with top hats or carrier rails, and then this is fixed directly into those, and then these will then span whatever the distance is, but again, they will just slot in. So where the bottom profile is there, it protrudes slightly there, that will sit in the top. That will sit straight onto the top of the panel. Then the next one, which you see here, this is the dry design. So this is obviously, as you can just about see there, obviously it's an irregular design, you know, in terms of when you have a look at it. So whether it's this way, this way, this way, it gives you the aesthetics of a broken, you know, like an irregular facade and an uneven finish and uneven appearance, and they look stunning. They look great, and you know, as I say, with these versions, these can actually be fixed directly to the panel or on the carrier system as well. So whether it's top hats or carrier rails, this will then fix into those also. So yeah, that's basically some of the things which they were doing, and they're still continuing to do. And they were showing me around the garden rooms, you know, the production facility. Some of the samples they have there at Holywell. So if you have time, you know, if you please talk to your local rep, go and have a chat with them, go and see them. You know, so if you're looking to, if you do work as a hybrid, you're looking for somewhere to work from home, just to get away from the home. I know working from home can be a bit of a challenge because, yeah, it's not easy with family and dogs and. You know, and you know, if you have young kids, you know, sometimes it can be hard working from home with noise. So yeah, if you're looking for a garden building, get in touch with the team there. It's Insulated Panel store.co.uk. I think that's the link, but I'll post it at the bottom later. But yeah, so one of the important things with Kingspan, obviously, you know, with what happened with Grenfell, they got you know, Kingspan got a bit of a kick in. And you know, Kingspan, you know, which has been documented to me by Phil, and obviously with what I've seen myself, they have become more white than white, you know, and you know, even though that was a different division of Kingspan, you know, what they've done is they've changed the business. They've been completely open with everything they have. So everything they have now is available online, including all the fire test certificates. And in terms of any doubts, any queries in terms of how you fix the panels, you know, if you have to have a stitch joint, you have to have the intumescent tapes I showed you, those are all fully available, and you can see that. You can see the full test certificates of what you need to do that. So if you are an architect, if you are a designer, if you are an end client, if you are a design and build main contractor, even an installer subcontractor, you know, in theory, the responsibility is yours. Kingspan have done everything to make it all available for you. So please make sure that you do go to the links. You have a look at them. You please make sure that any jobs that you're building, you know, if there's a structural span, you know, if there is any fire rating that you need to have for the building, please make sure that, you know, if it's EI, you know, that's integrity and insulation, you're making sure that you're installing correctly. If it has to be for a certain span, if there is a, you know, as I say, stitch joints, whether it's both sides or whether it's one side with a longer fixing, please make sure, have a look. But you know, Kingspan also test their panels without the stitch joints as well, and you know, if you have a look through the certificates, you'll be able to see that. But again, you know, this is the responsibility is with yourselves. But what I want to do here, obviously, as I've been saying for the last 6-7 weeks, if you have any doubts about any of this, if you're not sure, if you're not sure what you're looking at in terms of the certification, get in touch. Please get in touch with me. I can help you. This is, you know, we have a consultancy service. You know, we have helped a couple of architects, a couple of clients from around the world, and we've gone through them. We've supported them. We've given them some assistance. And we showed them what we can do, and and basically what needs to be done to achieve certification, static calculations, to make sure a building is built correctly. And that's what all this is about. This isn't about Kingspan as the market leader. I really appreciate what Kingspan have done and being open to me to be able to do this and to talk about their products. Especially as the market leader. They're far too busy to have to deal with me, but they've been open, they've been receptive, and obviously I'm very grateful for that. But we're trying to make sure things are built correctly, and we want to rebuild that trust, rebuild that integrity that we have as in our construction industry, and we want to make sure things are built correctly. So, yeah, like I say, I'm here to help. I'm here to help you. I've got lots of experience in this. I've been doing it for 30 years, so please make sure you use me, use me and abuse me, and and let me help you make sure your projects are being built correctly. So, whether you're building retail units or whether you're building a data center, get in touch. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help you. So yeah, please contact me and let me know how I can help you. Next week, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be visiting some of the jobs which I've built over the years. The reason I want to do that is because this is fine, but if I'm doing this every week, you're just going to tune off. So I want to show you how what happened from the design stage, from sitting with an architect, going through the products, going through the samples, going through the colors, going through the technical performances, certification, all those kind of things, and then following it straight through to delivery on site, and how the buildings have aged, how they've lasted, how they look now, the age, how many years it was since they were built. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'll be doing some videoing of those during the week, and then once I've got that footage, I'll share it with you next week, and then you can see what I'm trying to do. Later this week as well, I'm going to be doing a talk with a friend of mine. I'm going to be talking about something which is obviously very important to all of us. Not just we're not just jumping on a bandwagon here. We want to talk about this and and just be open and honest about things. So yeah, that'll be coming later in the week. But so please keep your eyes peeled for that. But what we're also appealing for is Kingspan. So we've talked about Kingspan. We've talked about Rookie over the last couple of weeks. We do have a couple of other manufacturers who have sent us samples and want us to talk about some of their products, but we need a bit more information to obviously show you what they can do and their capacity, their options, innovations, that kind of thing. So what I'd like to do is, again, this is an appeal. I'm asking you, if you're a manufacturer, wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter any distance, get in touch with me, talk to me. If you want me to come and see you, if you want me to come and sit down with you, that would be fantastic, because like I say, we're trying to make the industry better. We're trying to talk about new innovations, and we're trying to talk about new companies, maybe some that are less well known in certain countries or certain regions around the world. This is a global thing. This isn't just UK or Ireland. This is global, not just European either. So if you're a manufacturer from Europe or anywhere in the world, in the UK, wherever you are, get in touch. Help me to help you, and spread the awareness, spread your brand awareness and marketing about what you do, and then we can post that. We can share that with the audience that we have. So yeah, and also what we are still appealing for is we want more information on sustainability. So products like LEC, as I said before. Yeah, if your panels have, I know the majority of manufacturers have the solar clips, but if you have a test certificate, or if you have an innovation, like a green roof, or those kind of things, something which is sustainable, about renewable energy, trying to do good for the environment, trying to do good for the future of our planet, get in touch, talk to me. Let me learn about your products. Let me learn about how we can educate the marketplace. Sometimes when manufacturers talk about products, it just gets dismissed. Oh, it's another post. But these are key products which we're trying to bring to the audience. And I obviously, as an independent and impartial, I want to make sure that everybody knows about those and knows what we're trying to do. So yeah, please use me. Give me your samples. Give me your literature. Send me what you've got. But get in touch. So it's info@thepanelguy.net. Again, contact details will be at the end. But yeah, so thanks very much for tuning in. And as I say, next week we'll be doing some site visits and talking about projects and the process of start to finish, and obviously how they've aged and how they've lasted. I'll even post them, even if they don't look so great now. I will be happy to post them, because obviously it depends on the coatings, location, usage, whatever it is. But again, that's the whole point of what we're trying to do, is trying to, we're not shying away from any positive or negative things. We want it all to be receptive and open. So, but yeah, so please, please keep tuning in. Like, follow, subscribe, share it with all your contacts, your friends, anybody you think is interested in learning more about our industry. And I appreciate you, you tuning in and seeing what we're trying to do here. But yeah, once again, so thanks to Phil, Martin, James, and Lucy at Kingspan. Really appreciate your time and what you arranged for me this week. And like I say, samples, yeah, I've got plenty. So if anybody needs any Kingspan samples, get in touch. Okay, thank you very much. Take care.